Ibadan, good afternoon. This is Radio Clinic with Mercy Adedokun and Dr. Today Babasoya. Health is wealth, and there is need for you and I to live healthy and stay healthy. Because someone was talking to me last week and said the rate at which drugs are now being very, very expensive. And I said that's the main reason why it's important for you and I to keep fit, to take good care of our health, monitor our health, what you eat, and you just have to be conscious, especially in such a time now that both food and drugs are very expensive. This week, September 1st to 7th, is actually it's National Nutrition Week. It's an annual campaign organized. It's an annual campaign organized by the government of India. And I have to bring it to Nigeria because I know there is need for you and I to stay healthy and take good care of our health, because part of nutrition are things we take in. And this is to raise awareness about the importance of nutrition and the need to promote healthy eating habits. The theme for this year, 2024 National Nutrition Week, is nutritious diet for everyone. And just like I mentioned, is focusing on encouraging diets that meet the nutritional needs of people at all life stages. So it's not just for adults alone, both children, both adults, and both aged people. On that note, I want to welcome the doctor, my co-host. Doctor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine. You went on break last week.
And then you invited government.
So welcome back.
Okay.
Government came and we enjoyed government. So welcome back. National Nutrition Week. Okay. Well, we are saying nutrition. Is it just about balanced diet? Is it just about what we eat when we mention nutrition?
Nutrition is a whole. It's bad. It's a whole department in UI.
It's a whole department.
So really,
UI.
I mean, as a department of nutrition. So really, and it's a function of how to food and health. Really, if you say you want to boil it down, it has to do food and health. What to eat, what to avoid. Even when you talk about what to eat, when to eat them, how to eat them, quantities to eat, what are the side effects, what are the advantages, how to place them. So there are lots of intricacies going into the concept of nutrition, especially when you say human nutrition. So it revolves around food, but it is much more than food. So let me use that word like that. So
it revolves around food, yes, but it's much more than food.
Yes, but food forms the core component, because that's the whole idea. So essentially, you have the major, which is, if we boil it down to layman, you have the major food sources, the major food component. So
classification of food:
the carbohydrates, or the energy giving, the protein, and the fats. And then of course you have water, which is one of the major or just that everybody just forgets that there is water. Clean water. Lack of clean water has caused more deaths than many of the wars that we have ever fought in this world together. So you have that, and then you have the micro nutrients that you are going to need for brain development, good vision, nerve communication, body metabolism. So all those ones too are as important as the major food components. But again, we tend to not pay emphasis on these ones. We pay emphasis on the starch. Kasha jeun yo. And unfortunately, most of the food now have those issues where you now have the diseases associated with them if you do not eat a particular type of food enough. So So all these ones are the embodiment of what they call human nutrition. Especially when we talk about food as food. Good food, good food is a form of immune booster.
Good food
Yeah, if you eat
is a
very
form
well,
of immune booster.
if you eat very well, people that eat very well have good immunity.
The eating very well, we are saying, not heavily.
No, no, no. If you eat very well, I mean you have eaten a balanced
A
diet.
balanced diet.
Yes. So eating very well is found to have good immune booster status. Eating well is used again if we want to prevent hypertension. So we have a protocol called the dietary approach to stopping hypertension. So that works. We've used food to sort diabetes mellitus. So food has been used. Reduction in food has been used to, and other things have been used to manage osteoarthritis. So there are a lot of these things that are actually amenable to a good balanced diet. So it works.
From what you mentioned, there's difference between you just eating, not every food. Yoruba will say okogaki. Not just about eating mountains of food, but it's about eating. It's about balancing your food. That contains, you have to make sure it consists of all the nutrients that is needed.
Usually we expect everybody to eat a basic amount, and so we tend to say that if you want to eat, just use your fist as a measurement. So if you want
Your
to eat,
fist.
yes, it's your fist.
For those
you
that are
use.
watching us on Facebook,
It's your fist that you use as a measurement. So if you
Your
put your
fist,
fist on the
okay.
table, the size occupied by your fist is the same size that will be occupied by the bolus. So if you want to eat eba,
but this is small.
yeah, that's if you want to eat eba or any
Swallow.
of those swallow, yes, that's the kind of food that you're going to eat.
Okay.
So, but that's 1/3 of the food. Then the 2/3 will be the vegetables or
Vegetables.
the additives that come with it. So protein will be there, vegetables. So when I say vegetables, I don't mean just go and be getting vegetables. Anything is vegetable though. Okra is a vegetable. Ogbono, sorry, yes, ogbono is a vegetable. Gbegiri and the wedu that you're eating is a very fine vegetable. So really, don't let mix. Again, that's one of the problems that we've had with nutrition. We've had a lot of bad advice that have been imputed into the system. Myth, old wife tales that have been brought into it, so that then that is not like a component of it. But it's not. Vegetable does not necessarily mean you have to eat apple or carrot or cabbage or no.
It doesn't have to be fruit.
It doesn't have to be fruit. It has to be something that has plant-based, which is inside your food already. So your vegetable includes your ewedu, your okra, the vegetable that you cook to eat. So whether spinach or bure or
Choco, green.
For those of my people in the Amesere
potato.
side of Nigeria, the Dikaikong, the Afar,
Uziza,
so the
white
other
soup.
side, so the Uziza, Ofe Msala, Ofe Oweri,
Dikaiko.
that's on my brother on this side. So all these foods are they are vegetable based. These soups are vegetable based. So really, you are eating that kind of soup. You should not be worrying in your head about whether you are eating vegetable. You are sorting that one out heavily. You're already getting good marks in that department. So yes, apple is expensive, carrot is expensive, but don't worry, eat this one first, and then let's go on from there. So and drink lots of water. So 1/3 of your food is carbohydrate. The remaining 2/3 is essentially between the vegetables and the proteins. So usually just do it 1/3, 1/3 vegetable, 1/3 protein. But now that the protein is expensive, maybe you do 2/3 of that one vegetable and then 1/3 protein. Protein, as you get older, is not as needed as when you were younger.
When you were younger.
The old wife tale in this part of the world is that when a child is growing up, egg is not meant for children.
I think it's because then they could not afford it.
They still cannot afford it. Egg is not something that you can afford now. I don't know how much, because I don't eat it often. So really, but I know that it's not
A
cheap.
tray of egg is a crate of egg is now 4,800 or 5,000.
Okay, so and the crate contains like
30
eggs. So
30 eggs. So if you want to buy one now, it's around 200 to 50, depends on the area.
so how much will you buy noodle? A pack of noodle, one noodle.
I think that's around 300, 400 now.
So if you have the option to buy noodle or to buy one egg,
You pick.
You put money and buy the
You
noodle.
pick one.
So you see, again, it's those ones. They are not for the normal people. They are for the government. Has not done well in that area. Food insecurity has now been a major factor. When a heavy percentage of the population are living below poverty line, and they are not able to afford decent meal, then this is what you expect, But if government can just sort itself out and they just go back and focus on why they are paying them good salaries for them to be in government, perhaps these ones can be. But egg is essential for young children growing up. Very, very, very essential. Protein is much so. When we were younger, you will be required to share meat with all the young ones at home, but the old ones, the elderly ones, they will eat one meat, one chunk of meat or one cut, whatever, because they are the agbalagbas. When you do chicken in those days, in the rare holidays that chicken will be available, the old people will get the meat part. So the laps, the back, they get where the meats are. The young people get the neck and the feet of the chicken. I don't know how much meat is in the feet of a chicken, but that's what the young people always get. So really, let's reverse the thing back. The old people don't need much of the protein.
The protein.
The young ones need a lot of the protein because they are great. Anybody growing up needs protein, and the younger you are, the more protein you need. So as you grow older, you don't need as much protein as you needed when you were a bit young. So somebody from 1 to 2 needs more protein than somebody from 2 to 3, and then up like that. So let's move that out of the question. The eating of food is not supposed to be heavy. Do not eat until you are no longer able to eat again. So you don't have to just be
till you are belly full.
It's not ideal. Just eat small. You see, water still has to have a place in what you have eaten. You have to drink water. So really, food nutrition and food and health is just a form of. There is a saying. They say, I think I don't know whether it's in Greeks, the ancient Greeks, or he said he who eats until he is sick must fast until he is well.
Until he is well, yes.
So really, you can't be sick eating food. And don't forget that all the food also, they have their own issues too. It's not so you eat moderately.
So portion control is actually important.
It's part of nutrition. It surrounds food, but it's not wholly about food. So you have to be very, very precise about what you are eating. You have to be precise about where it was prepared.
Yes.
Where it was prepared is as important as what you are eating. Because if you eat a food and introduces germs into your body, then you have a problem.
Just like last week when we discussed about tuberculosis, and we mentioned that uncooked
raw cheese, raw milk,
yes,
from the cow, infected cow
can't
give you TB abdomen, and you have TB abdomen is as good as you have TB.
He mentioned
so you can have that. And then
before we proceed, let's go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
On 103.5 FM.
lótìtọ́ òtítọ́ ni bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni gọ́níyà fíjì ìròyìn òtún àmójúbà gbogbo aláfẹ́ ayé tó dé Subcam Leading Hotel and Suites ló ń ròyìn wípé ìgbádùn sódò síbi kan ju bí kan lọ. Subcam Leading Hotel and Suites, elegantly and centrally located in a secured and serene environment. Our facilities include cozy rooms and suites, spacious event and conference hall. Our restaurant serves delicious intercontinental and local cuisines, while our bar is stocked with all kinds of assorted drinks. Ní Subcam Leading Hotel and Suites, iná wa kì í ṣẹ́jú nígbà kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ètò àbúgbò kan falala lẹ́ẹ̀ma lo Wi-Fi ọ̀fẹ́ láì níkọ̀sẹ̀. There is also laundry service and fully equipped gym. Seeing the say is believing. Visit Subcam Hotel and Suites today at Plot 3, Mechanic Scheme, opposite New Garage, off Ijebode Expressway, Ibadan, Nigeria. Telephone 090-6466-7569 and 090-4821-8600. Subcam Leading Hotel and Suites. In hospitality, we lead.
Ibadan, are you ready? It is Walk with Honor Season 2. Get ready to walk with great and amazing minds that appreciate exercise. This year, in an effort to keep the heart pumping in its best form, we shall be walking together for a 10-kilometer distance. Walk with Honor Season 2 is coming up in December 2024. It is a walk for one and walk for all. Let's get together with some interesting celebrities, dignitaries, popular Nollywood artists, and your favorite on-air personalities as we count down to December 2024. It's gonna be one of the best walks of your life. For sponsorship and partnership, call 0807-777-4880. That's 0807-777-4880. Walk with Honor Season 2. Coming soon. Let's go there.
Honor 103.5 FM. Feel the vibes on Honor 103.5 FM.
Let's rock.
You are welcome back from the commercial break. If you are just joining us, this is Radio Clinic. We are discussing on nutrition. Doctor, you mentioned that when we want to eat swallow, the feast of our heart.
From the wrist
For
to
those
the-
watching us on Facebook and YouTube, you can see the way doctor is holding his hand. So that's the portion you have to eat.
That's the component that must be starch.
There must be starch or carbohydrates.
So that's the energy component. So the remaining will now be.
The vegetables.
There are some of these plates. They sell them in the market now. You know, they have this. They divided them into three. So
Yes.
Now, so that can be used as a portioning protocol. You just put that inside. So that's how they do it. It's not that you just put pounded yam that you can't see the other person and you eat, and then you now finish. In fact, you cannot move from
If I should ask, doctor, you know we are used to 3 square meal. How many meal is advisable in a day?
Well,
Full meal. I'm not talking about just eating. Like I want to eat a well balanced diet.
You want to eat normal. You want to really, I don't know, 2.
2 is.
You can do 2 easy. 2 is better.
If I can afford 3.
If you can afford 3, it doesn't mean you should eat 3. If you can say again, you need to understand that again as you grow older, your digestive processes slow down. So the food that you eat in the morning might not be fully digested in the afternoon, and then might not be fully digested in the night. So then you carry over the food like that. Food transit is maybe 3 hours in the body, and then it's absorbed, and then it goes around, and then before you now feel hungry again. So usually, again, I'm of the opinion that 2 is okay. So you eat well mid-afternoon, and then you eat well mid-evening, and then maybe a snack before bedtime.
But there's a saying that we should not miss breakfast.
Yes, breakfast is good. If you can do it, eat breakfast like a king, eat lunch like a prince, and then eat dinner like a pauper.
Like a baker.
Yeah, like a beggar. So it's dinner that you avoid, because dinner has nothing to do with all this. I'm saying has no bearing with small children.
And pregnant women too.
Pregnant women, please. They don't have any bearing, and so don't let one silly person now begin to now dictate to his pregnant wife that doctor has said you don't need to eat dinner. They crave. The pregnant woman is carrying 2. Is 1 and 2. So whatever they want to eat, let them eat. A baby will eat when he wants to eat, period. And the house will know that you have not given the baby food, because there's no way you can console a hungry baby. And he being by Bawasu. So really there's no point to that. But adults, if you eat fairly okay in the morning and you eat fairly okay later in the evening, you should be good enough. And then it allows your body to use part of what is in store already, so that you then have so that you don't keep storing. Again, this is what happens. Somebody just wakes up at 60 and realizes that he's fat, he's obese, and then says, I want to slow down, I want to slim down. He now goes to gym, he goes to the doctor, he now begins to trouble everybody up and down. Being fat was not a decision of what happened to you last night. It didn't happen last night. It was so avoiding it. So don't take morning, then take evening. So spread that food so that maybe mid morning and then go to mid evening, and then don't eat at night, because if you eat at night, there's not, you're using the food to do nothing. That food, the whole food, you're stored.
Wow. The food at night.
At night, just stored. So usually, if you feel hungry at night, just take a snack. Yeah, and when I say take a snack, one moi moi. You know, if you can't do one moi moi, get some fruits, which is when you can get fruits. You know, banana, plantain. You just take that with 2-3 fingers, and that's all. But don't eat the starch, the carbohydrate, or the protein, or the fat. You know, avoid those ones. Just eat the food, because the food will fill you. If you can't do that, let them give you a plate of vegetable, not edikaikong. Just normal vegetable, normal F4.
Why not Adedokun?
You know how many things that is inside edikaikong?
It's just combination of 2, 3, 4 vegetables
And meat and fish and meat and fish
periwinkle.
and periwinkle and meat and more fish and pomo.
So are you saying protein, just vegetables?
Just take vegetables. You want to take something that just fills you, gets you off the edge of hunger, and then you can sleep. And then that thing it will not have anything to add to you.
But what about snack like chin chin, peanut, biscuits?
If I say take chin chin now, I cannot control how many you will take.
It's a question, doctor.
You will begin to take the chin chin. And usually when you start taking chin chin or peanut or what did you call it again now?
Biscuits.
And biscuit, you will say that you need to drink something. It will not be water. You will then go and look for a carbonated drink somewhere, and then so what we are trying to avoid
Is
so we don't want that. You cannot be tempted taking banana or plantain or.
well, those fruits now, they're now expensive. I bought apple.
I didn't call apple. I said plantain, banana.
I should not. What about apple? Apple is
I did
also
not call apple. If you call apple, then you are not talking expense.
okay.
But once you mention apple, then expense is not your problem.
Okay.
So please.
Okay, we do
I know
pineapple, we do pawpaw, we
You can
do
pineapple. You can do pawpaw is better. I
Pawpaw is
prefer
better.
Pawpaw. Yeah,
Okay.
Pawpaw is better because there's something they call glycemic index, which
Okay.
is the amount of sugar that is available to be delivered per time. In pawpaw is lower, so pawpaw releases its own sugar slowly. Pineapple is essentially sugar. So if you put a pineapple here and you put a pawpaw here,
pineapple and
in
orange.
1 minute, you will see ants hovering all around the pineapple. You will not see anybody around the pawpaw. They just walk away from it. So that's why it's better to eat the pawpaw. But that one is heavy sugar. That's pineapple, which is why I would not want to add watermelon. Watermelon is just water and sugar. Sugarcane is just water and sugar. So high glycemic index foods like that dump sugar into the system. And when you dump sugar into the system, your body has no use for the sugar because it's at night, it goes to store it. And we're trying to prevent storing the food. So again, you have defeated the purpose. So stick to the vegetable. It's plant. Humans cannot digest plants. That has been switched off in our evolutionary traits. So our genes cannot switch on the component that allows us to digest plants. So eat the vegetable. It will not be digested. It is just roughages to just pass through easy. That's all. And so because of that, the only thing that will be absorbed now will be the condiment that was
The
used.
condiment.
So the water that was there, the salt that was added, maybe the pepper that was used, maybe the seasoning that was used. All those ones now are the ones that will be, and little protein, the person, the edge, small edge that was put inside it and all that. Those ones will go in. Those ones will not make a huge difference at night for you. But eating heavy bowl of eba. And then again, this speaks to it, some people, because of the nature of what they do. Bricklayers, heavy workers, manual workers, they can only eat dinner. It's when they come home.
Apart from, I have someone working in a private organization that actually accepts dinner.
They don't have time for any other food.
Yes.
So it's dinner.
Those that are always busy during.
So let me say that you can still survive. Eat your dinner heavy. You want to eat the way you want to eat it, but try and make your dinner around 6 o'clock. Latest 7 o'clock. That's when you eat. So 7 o'clock, and then try and sleep around 10. So when you eat dinner, let there be like a 3-hour period between that eating and sleeping. Okay. So that what we call the basic energy requirement are energy that is needed to do the daily basic activity: walking, talking, sitting straight, thinking about things, conversing, listening. At least do that for the next 3.5 hours before you sleep. Then at least you have some. I'll advise people like that, do a bit of 30 minutes walk, brisk walking, so that it creates like an negative energy balance before the food hits it. So that at least if we are storing it, then we know that we're just making up for what we have lost. But that you're just get to sit down on the couch, watch television. You see, God has done a lot of work for us. The devil has helped us a lot too. One of my friends used to say that it was the devil's invention in the race to prevent hypertension and heart disease. The devil was giving us all this advancement, and God was trying to say, calm down. And after some time, the devil gave us remote control. And once we had remote control, so a man can just sit down on the television, on the couch now, put his leg up, and then just be pointing.
That's what the society breed. That when you come back from work, you put your leg on the couch, on the stool, you sit on the couch.
In those days,
is it well a state of wealthy?
Yes, now you have arrived now. So yes. In those days, the television used to be there, and then you will get up to go and tune the channel. Yes, you tune the channel. You go you get to NTA. Then you turn the UHF band. You turn it very small. And then you see it's clear. Then you go and sit down. If it's not clear, you call one of your sons.
Even for the home video, you still have to stand up.
But now it's on Netflix.
You do everything.
You don't bother your head. It's your remote that controls everything now. Just put the remote, put it on the television, press Netflix, it will link. Press So try very hard not to live an affluent life, even if you can live an affluent life. Try to inculcate the habit of exercise. This is a part of nutrition too.
Yes, exercise is part of exercise.
So you must. It's a prescription. So you must be able
in fact, fitness coach always mention that no matter how good you are in exercise, if you still don't have portion control, there will still be. It's
of course, now you are just.
There should be a balance.
You are just using one for washing, one for dano. So once you have done, then you go and eat a lot, and then you come back again. You do a lot, and you go and eat a lot, and you come back.
There should be a balance. Before we proceed, let's go on the short commercial break.
If you need solution,
on 103.5 FM.
gbogbo onínáwó pátá tó fi mọ́ gbogbo aláṣẹ chicken tẹ́ fẹ́ lò bó ti wù kó pọ̀ tó jmgs ni ẹ máa bọ̀ ẹ má wulẹ̀ làágùn jìnnà mọ́ jmg frozen foods ni ẹ máa bọ̀. Oh yes, whatever occasion it is, chieftaincy ceremony, housewarming, naming, birthday party, or whatever occasion it is, jmg frozen foods has got your back for whatever number of chickens you may desire. All caterers, worry less, as jmg is there for you to take care of your chicken supplies, be it whole chicken or in pieces. Jamages. Jamages will cut, will pack, and deliver to wherever you want it. Ajẹ́pẹ́tẹ́ bá ti ń ronú náwó ẹ ṣá máa ronú Jamages. Fún irúfẹ́ iye chicken tẹ́ bá ń fẹ́. Bó ti wù kó pọ̀ tó, kò sí wàhálà kankan. Ẹ kàn sí Jamages Frozen Foods lẹ́ni ní plot 2 block F number 6 Olúbàdàn Avenue Olúyọ̀lé Estate lẹ́bàá Fumac Pharmacy Ìbàdàn tàbí lẹ́ka àwọn tó wà ní off New Garage Akala Expressway lẹ́bàá Anchor Mall Kátó Dèrè Akari Junction Ìbàdàn. Fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹ pè 09062864238 tàbí 09062968870. Think party chickens, think Jamages.
Ibadan, are you ready? It is Walk with Honor Season 2. Get ready to work with great and amazing minds that appreciate exercise. This year, in an effort to keep the heart pumping in its best form, we shall be walking together for a 10-kilometer distance. Walk with Honor Season 2 is coming up in December 2024. It is a walk for one and walk for all. Let's get together with some interesting celebrities, dignitaries, popular Nollywood artists, and your favorite on-air personalities as we count down to December 2024. It's gonna be one of the best walks of your life. For sponsorship and partnership, call 0807 777 4880. That's 0807 777 4880. Walk with Honor Season 2. Coming soon. Let's go there.
On 103.5 FM. On 103.5 FM.
Nice. Àti pé wà ara bá mi.
All right, yeah, welcome back from the commercial break. This is Radio Clinic, and we are discussing on nutrition. To me, I feel eating, it's what you eat. You have to be intentional with what you eat.
Yeah, it's important. You don't eat anything.
Yes, you have to be intentional with what you eat. Before we go, because of our time, I want you to talk about food allergies.
Food allergies. Anybody can have anything. No, you see, it's not as if everybody is allergic to
one food.
No,
Yes.
No, just like normal allergy. We are here now in this studio. We don't have allergy to whatever is in the studio. Somebody else can come in here now, and they just start feeling the allergy and they go out. Some people, I've seen people when they eat amala, they develop allergy to amala. I've seen people that have allergy to eggs. They don't.
I've seen to catfish.
So
I've seen to vegetable.
You just know your
oil.
allergy and avoid that. Simple. That's just it. Just know that this food, I'm allergic to it.
But food allergy is different from food poison.
No. Food poison is when you eat something. Either the food is bad, food is actually. If you eat canned food, it's always advisable now. Those of us that like eating geisha, sardine, corned beef, and all that, before you open the can, wash it, soap and water, and then check the expiry date. Botulinum poison is one of the note, and that one is a killing poison. So it's a papa killer. So that's that. If the food is bad, it will be poisonous. If you live in area where there is rat, and then you now want to kill the rat, you now put food poison there for the rat. Then the rat eats the food poison. Then before the rat died, the rat has gone to piss
Inside
your rice, and then you boil the rice and eat. Or maybe you piece inside the normal rice, and then you just warm it and you eat it. And the temperature is not enough to kill or to denature.
Or inside gari.
Or inside the gari that you drink and you didn't make it into eba. You have. Or you mishandle poison itself. So the rat poison now gets transferred onto the dining table that you prepare. So see, it is essential that people are very cautious around food. Food itself is a poison.
Food itself is a poison.
You see, food is a drug. Eba, amala, rice, pounded yam. If you go and talk to all the science people, they'll tell you that it's a drug, and every drug is a poison. Water is a poison. We have water toxicity,
Water toxicity. Yes.
Yeah, you drink water to a point where it becomes a problem for you. So that's the problem. Food is food. It is poison. It can be made poisonous. You can eat too much of it. It's like, when I was in secondary school, they say one of our, well, it was our Greek teacher he made this thing very clear. He said, "What is a weed?" And I said, "No." He said, "Any plant that grows where it is not wanted,
It's a weed.
it's a weed." So a cocoa plant, as expensive as cocoa is, if it grows where you want to plant maize, it's a weed. The plantation of the plantain is used to cultivate cocoa. But when cocoa starts to mature, plantain becomes a weed. So they cut it down. And so that's why the Yoruba said that cocoa ye over digi buruku. Because not that the plantain is useless, but because at that point, I don't want plant, I want cocoa. The day I want plantain and I don't want cocoa, I cut down the cocoa trees. Simple. So anything that is put in the mouth can be food, can be poisonous. It is dependent on your knowledge. That's what separates it. So when we do gari and you don't do the gari well, gari, cassava, contains something that is called hydrocyanide. Hydrocyanide is a poison. It's a poison. But when we do the gari, the people that do the gari, the traditional people, they know how to do it. They first compress it, they first soak it, when they do all those things finish, they now put oil, palm oil. And palm oil neutralizes the hydrocyanide inside it. It just breaks it down so that you can drink it. If they don't do enough palm oil, or they don't dry the cassava properly because they want to quickly push it to the market, the hydrocyanide is left inside. So you eat that kind of cassava, it's poison. You are eating hydrocyanide. That's why in the 80s, when that thing came, people should not take gari and take mango, take gari and take mango. If you take gari and take mango, you want to die. It's not that gari and mango have issues. It's just that hydrocyanide in the gari has killed the people that have taken that gari. The new batch of gari that we are doing nowadays makes more sense. It's no longer hydrocyanide contained because they processed it well. Again, it speaks to lack of government oversight. SON needs to be very
needs
important.
to do their work.
So any food can be, if they are not doing the food well,
It can be poison.
you can be in problem eating that kind of food. So
Our time is fast spent. In what word, doctor? How many liters of water do you advise daily?
I say 4, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So you drink. So when you eat breakfast, 1. When you eat lunch, 2. When you take dinner, 3. And then in between, that's the 4th
4
one.
liters.
So 4 liters is always good. As long as when you go and piss, your urine is clear. When I say clear, I mean it looks white. It looks like water. If your urine looks like water, or it has a slight tinge of yellow, just slight tinge, just like that, your urine is okay.
It's okay.
By the time your urine begins to become concentrated, go and drink more water.
All right. Thank you so very much. This is where we'll be drawing the curtain on Radio 98. Thank you so much for joining us. Till we come your way next week.